Hello and welcome to our new episode of the Let's Play Ark the Extinction series. We are going to continue where we last left off, and that's taming the great Tech Rex. We downed 2 episodes ago. So, what I did in the last episode is tame this little birdie. It's the Ichthyornis, and he has the awesome ability to turn even small creatures into a source of prime meat. Works for fish with the fish prime meat, and also for the other creatures as getting the raw prime meat. So what I need to do is to find small animals like the dodo, and also I must not forget to... Okay, he's in follow. So I forget to change his settings from hunt, which will mean that he will pick up a creature, kill it and eat it, to hunt and retrieve. With this function, when you set him on neutral and you throw him out, he will circle around. Oh, you need to have him on follow. So he is, I'm not sure how to call it, activated perhaps, and throw him out. Yep, like that. And when he kills him, he gets this golden glow. Okay, there's another Ichthyornis attacking, so we have it a little messy. Okay, so let's help it a little bit. Oh, I'm not sure if I hit the right one. Hopefully he's not too high level, so he's not going to kill my Ichthyornis. Oh, he was the same level. Well, thank you, your help was not necessary, but anyway. So, this didn't go out as planned, as we had a attacker here. Oh, I hit you, I'm so sorry. So I need to find another little dodo, or other small creatures, but they are in plenty here, so it's not so trouble. And as I said, once he kills him, I'm going to drop him with this sparkles and glow. And at this point, when you harvest the body, I'm going to try it with the raptor. Okay, that didn't go too well. So guys, we have an attacker here. Yep, he was charging. And not just one. Well. Still, as you could see, the raptor did get free prime meats from Dodo. Well, I would call that awesome. So we need to find more dodos, or even other small creatures, like the Mesopithecus, even Listro. It should work with the Achatina also. Yep, once he drops it, he will lose the hunt and retrieve. Oh, he will lose the following, so we need to set him on follow once more. Okay, I think it does not work on Achatinas, as they have the shell, so they are probably not able to kill the creature. Okay, wait for me. in the air. Alright, so I saw another creature here. It was the Mesopithecus. But the poor little monkey probably got scared and ran away. Oh, I can hear him. You won't hide from me. So that's more prime meat. Also, doing it with your dino is better, as although you could harvest it with your tools, firstly you would get less, and also in your inventory the food spoils quickly, so with the raptor it's going to have a longer spoiling time, which is not very long either way. But still, it should give us time to harvest some more. The prime meat should be about 3 times more efficient in taming carnivores than the raw meat. It is still not as good choice as the... Okay, I hear another dodo. As the kibble would be, but as I do not have access. Alright, where are you going? As I do not have access to the Pulmonoscorpius, which is the Rex's preferred food, I will not be able to use that. So, that's not bad. Also, Listro is a good candidate for hunt and retrieve. Okay. Perhaps you have to aim at the creature, as it is a command to attack it, like you would do with the attack function. Well, that one took quite a long time to kill, so that's okay. So you need to sort of aim in his direction. And I need to get some more water. I'm sure that having a higher level Ichthyornis would make this a little faster, as he should have a higher attack. Still, I think this function is pretty neat. So you have a source of higher quality meat, without having access to means to kill the higher tier dinos. Like trying to kill a Bronto at this point would not be so easy. Although depending on the level, I should probably be able to do it with the Carnos and the Megatherium. I should not take too long, as the meat is still spoiling quite fast. So soon I'm going to have a lot of spoiled meat in my inventory. But if I place the load I have into the Rex and in the meantime go to hunt some more, he should be fine. As long as I do not leave him without food. As that's the worst thing that you could do. Because when the animal has a hunger, let's call it, low food value, and after you start taming, you do not have enough meat for him, the taming effectiveness is going to drop. So let's try this. And I will also give him a little bit of other meat. He will start eating the preferred meat first. So if he had a kibble with a lot of meat, he would first eat all the kibbles. You should be careful with using that, as it is quite expensive to make. And at the same, if you tame him and leave the food in his inventory, he will keep on eating it. Dodos are a pretty good source, as they are quite weak and easy to kill. I think by now the Rex has eaten all the prime meat, so I need to get back to feed him some more. And also I will soon have to go and get some fishes for my ichthyornis. Oh, okay, the Rex is already tamed, so that was not necessary. Alright, right now I do not have to fear any corrupted creatures. As with this force, I am pretty strong. So, welcome aboard, Mr. Rex. Well, I think that went pretty well. I don't need that. Okay. So much for taming. I think I should disassemble this tamery and perhaps go on a new Rex hunt, as I want to have more than one. And with the ichthyornis I should be able to get a good supply of prime meat for taming. Although for him I first need to go and get some fish meat. Okay, come back. I want you to stay here. Great. Okay, I must have called the Tapajara. I did not want to do that. Oh, very nice. So, what I need is to get my tool. I left it here. And disassemble that building. And go look for another Rex. Okay, I need to repair my gear first, so it will be wise to do that while I'm in my base. Okay. Well, I have a lot of meat now, but with these large carnivores, it is also necessary to have a steady supply of something to feed them. Well, I should probably make some meat for myself also. So, just a little more wood. Another level up. Well, these levels starts to flow in. Level 41 already. Alright, the next thing I want to do after that is to get a tarot saddle. It would be nice to be able to take a fly around. Okay, here's my monkey. One gate. Two gates. Great, that was fast. And now take my band of killers into my base. Yep, that's too heavy. I think Megatherium can carry this for me. Okay, I'm going to have to sort that later. So more mouths to feed. Well, food is not really an issue, so it's fine. Damn, the Rex is towering over everything else I have tamed so far. That's awesome. And besides, he's really great looking. I love the blue color and the gold, and also green. Well, saddle, that's going to take a few more levels. For the Ptero I have, and the Ptero is 55, so somewhere in the middle. Alright, first thing I wanted to do is to make the Ptero saddle, so that should be fairly simple. I should already have all the necessary materials. So, just a little more fiber and hide. And here we go. Okay. You can have the meat. Corrupted nodule. It is used in some recipes. You definitely should not try to eat it, as it is poisonous or toxic is a better word for it. So if you do not want to die a painful death, you should leave it be. Yep, that's too much. Okay, Megatherium could do with a little more health and more damage. I don't want that and that. Also, the nodule should be a replacement for the polymer. So it's a quite an handy and easy source. Great. I do not need any of that. The scrap metal can be smelted into the scrap metal ingot, which can be used as a replacement to the normal metal ingot, as the metal can be a little scarce here. Yeah, I don't need any of that. I might perhaps put this here, but I'm not sure if this works. Nope, it has to be the refrigerator for this, but I can store it here just as well. Well, currently I really do not have an issue with spoiled meat. As some time ago I was really aching to get more by any means. Also, the charcoal is a very important resource. So if you have fire burning anywhere, you're going to get a lot of it, so don't get rid of it. It is used to make the gunpowder, which is later used to make bullets and other explosives. I still do have a lot of excessive meat. So I think I can store that in one of my dinos. Okay, I think it's nearly time to take up in the air. First I should also repair my crossbows, as they are... one is almost damaged. But I'm missing materials. Metal, of course. I'm not sure if I forget to take the metal out of my... Yep. So I should have enough metal now to make the long neck rifle, which is another step up for the quality of taming. And I'm going to need to get more wood. What to do with the crystals? Well, I'm surely going to build a greenhouse to increase the production of berries from crop plots. First I have to get this. Yep, that's too heavy. I really do get thirsty a lot here. It's due to the heat debuff which you get. It's going to increase the water consumption. So this should yield quite a nice amount of metal ingots. Okay, a little more XP for my little tamed friends here. There is another thing that I did not check yet, and that's the level. It was 96 level and 138. That's pretty good. That's like 42 levels. That's very decent. So I think that the prime meat helped a lot. Alright, so without further ado, let's take up in the air. The Ptero has quite a decent speed, although the stamina will be a problem, so I will need to increase that. So I can do a quick recon into the higher levels to see what's good, if any is there. So let's see. Not much so far. I don't see any creatures up here, so perhaps there aren't many or any at all. Alright, the stamina is going to be a big problem. Also, he will probably get more exhausted when he's overburdened. Well, nothing useful so far, but I'm getting a really nice view of the snowy region. And there is a cache of sorts here. Explorer notes. Nice cake. That's a good to-do list to finish this cake. And it also gave us quite a decent amount of XP. So I want to increase this and also the carry capacity. My Ptero is quite a low level, so he's not going to get much from that. So taming a higher level one would be definitely an upgrade in stats and also in other attributes. So, metal here. Well, if I had a Argent, I would definitely be able to harvest that. More metal, I need to remember that, as the metal is not very plenty resource. some rocks here. And we have a Araneo. Well, with Ptero you should be able to pick up and carry some smaller creatures if you want to transport them. But with this not very high stamina, you would have to take down quite often. Well, there isn't much to be seen up there, so I'm a little disappointed. Poor little Dilo. Well, they are aggressive, so that's what happens to them. Still, the Ptero is quite fast when flying. So this makes up for the low stamina. He's able to cover quite a distance. Still, leveling it up would be very important. Alright, so we did our first flight. Well, what I want to do now is to look for another Rex. I'm sure that there are more of them here. Okay, we have an attacker. Well, you've come to the wrong place. Let's see what the Rex can do. Try to attack it and you are going to die very soon. Besides, all my creatures are on neutral, so they are going to attack, even the Distro and Castroides. Well, is that another level? Well, the levels are definitely going quite fast. So what's new? Yep, the greenhouse is here. So that's something I'm definitely going to get. There are many other things here, but at this moment I'm probably not going to learn them. Well, this is not good. I guess I can leave you guys like this, but at least for the Distro and Castroides, I should put you up. And probably it would be best to set them on passive so they do not go into the danger. Distro, I think I should be able to pick him up with the Ptero. Yep. It's a very strange grip. Right, he's following the raptor because I used the follow whistle on him. And also the Ptero is. Well, that's something that happens when you... Okay, the Ichthyornis is passive. when you whistle them to follow while riding something. Well, I guess I can leave you guys bunched up like this, as there is probably not many threats that can come up here. But I need to do something about the Ptero and the Castroides. Right, so you guys are going to follow me instead. Come on and get your buff. The T-Rex should be fine down here. There's not much that can endanger him. It's the other things that should be worried. I still have a couple more seconds left on my XP buff. Well, I'm afraid I will not have enough ingots. It's awesome that these can be made at the same time. But for the long neck rifle I'm going to still need about 32 more. And that's not to mention the ammunition, as you need to make the simple rifle ammo, and then use the tranquilizers and make the tranquilizer darts, and that's level 62, so yeah, the use of the rifle for taming is not really an actual thing I want to do right now. Okay, Rex is pretty good producer of these things. Well, one of my goals was to tame a strong creature, which I did, and then use it to get over the wastelands into the desert region and tame the Doedicurus. Well, for that I could probably take the Raptor and the Rex. I'm not sure about the Carnos, as they are not very high level, so perhaps the Megatherium will be a better choice, as it is a higher level, decent health, and it's quite a fighter. I will also need a little more meat. Well, I think let's do it. I'm going to need to get more narcotics, which I have made. The Doedicurus is armored dino, so it takes reduced damage, so you can rely on using the headshots to speed up the taming. And I also need to get more narcotics. So this one. Farming some narco berries will be also necessary. So let's do that now. I will make just a little round around the bushes here. And I need to make the trank arrows. Another downside is that the Doedicurus is a herbivore, so you can imagine what that means for the taming time. On the bright side, the taming can be done without any building, so you do not have to make a taming pen or anything like that. The dino is quite slow, so you can outrun it very easily, and a good tactic is to running in circles, as it does have quite a large turn radius, so you can evade it quite easily. And as it is quite slow, it is probably not going to run away from you. I should also not forget that I already have some narco berries in my crop plots. So it's time to harvest. Yep, you are overburdened. I do not need that. And there's nothing else meat. So dropping this is not really a problem. But the stamina is. Okay, I think you can follow me, as this is faster. So that should be about 60, 70 narcotics. Fine here. It's a shame that I do not have debuff, as now crafting would be a pretty good source of NXP. But that doesn't really matter. So I have a pretty good number of the trank arrows, and I can probably take some more of this stuff. I'm also getting quite well supplied on oil, thanks to these dung beetles. So, how is the fertilizer going? Almost gone. Well, it doesn't matter. I do have enough. Here it is pretty good, so it's not a problem. And here it's also great. Well, that's not bad. If I had to do that with the stego, it would take quite a lot of time. Alright, perhaps I can hold this, as I don't need it in such a large quantity right now. And instead, use the tarot to look for another cache. And if I find it, I could craft these narcotics and get the quadruple XP boost. I would call that quite awesome. Yep, the special attack is quite taxing in terms of the stamina. So where should I head first? Let's go to the southern edge of the city. This place I have only seen on my Ichthyornis hunt. There's bound to be something interesting over there. There's definitely going to be something fun all the way down there. I can see some raptors. Defense units. Enforcers. A Carno. And a Megalania. These are awesome dinos. The giant lizards. They can walk on the walls. Would be really neat dino to use in the city. Alright, nothing interesting so far. But I've just started. So you guys can have fun down there. There's another Ankilo. A dung beetle. Well, I have two, but having another one would not be bad. But that's not my mission right now, and I'm sure I can get plenty of dung beetles any later time, so let's continue. You can't touch me. Let's look in this direction. All the caches are somehow accessible, so they can be anywhere. This looks like something out from the aberration. The caches are generally shiny, so they should be easy to spot. Although they can be in hard to see places. And I do not want to venture all over the map to find one, as the buff is going to run out before I get back. Still, it's nice to see more of the city. There are some really nice looking places here. Okay, we have a trapped defense unit here, but it can still attack. So, and has a buddies over there. So that's not something I'm going to exploit. I think I'm getting close to the place where I tamed the Ichthyornis. I should really watch out for the stamina and where I land, as it takes quite a while to get back up, and if I get attacked by something like the defense units, I will probably not be able to, and my poor Ptero will be murdered. That's a lot of Castroides down there. Do you have any beaver dams I could loot? I do not see any. Well, I would do it for the cementing paste only, as I will not be able to take the wood due to the weight. There's bound to be something down here. Except for death. Well, the aerial adventures are slowly nearing their end, and my search for the XP boost so far has been fruitless. So, lesson learned from this is that you do not go out on a hunt of something when you are not sure where to find it. Still there is one, so let's take that and head back. Okay. So, let's go back. Let's see how long it takes. Alright, this is the swampy area where I get the fish meat, so I could probably lose few moments here to get some fish meat for my Ichthyornis. But I have to watch out for the Titan boas. Can I pick up fish from water? No, I can't. Well, so far nothing is attacking me, so I could go fishing with the crossbow. The fishes are going away. Not the piranhas. Yep. For meat it's better to use the pick. 8 is not bad. So let's go. Okay, what can we drop? Well, nothing. Should be fine. Anyway, still quite a few seconds left on the timer. So hopefully we are heading in a good direction. I see the red light as in the previous episode. That's a good thing to find the direction you need. The fastest way from here at this moment would be to leave the Ptero here and jump on the bed and use the fast travel, but that would also mean that I'm going to drop all my inventory. So there's a downside to it. But if you want to maximize the time that you can use, using the beds is not a bad way to travel fast across the map. You could carry a bed or the sleeping bag with you and use it to fast travel. It's not actually working as a teleport as you are not able to take any stuff with you. But still it's pretty decent. Alright, I have fishes here. How I did not see that? The water is deep enough, so... Yep. And I have another explorer's note right here. Well, I'm not going to take it right away. Instead, I'm going to utilize it in the next episode. Still, I have about 5 minutes left on the buff. So, perhaps the best course of action would be to first get materials for crafting, then pick up the explorer notes, and after that start crafting. Well, I'm also another level, so this looks like a pretty good way to do it. You are not dying of hunger, but still it's better that you have it rather than not. And here we start crafting. This buff I should have level up in just a few seconds. Yep, here I go. So it's about 16 XP per one. Well, considering I'm making quite a few. Well, it's not going to be too bad. This should definitely get me to the next level and perhaps even further. And if I can get a little more spoiled meat, I will be able to make a couple more. So this is a pretty decent way to level up. And at the moment the buff stops, I can still go over back there and get that other buff. Well, this is going to give us quite a few nice levels. I have a gasback's saddle. That's another nice thing. The gasbacks are pretty good at as the beast of burden, as they have quite a high carry capacity, and they can travel quite fast and safe with their sort of floating, can I call it, when they draw in the air and you use them as a hovercrafts or something of a similar principle. Okay, so to use the greenhouse, I will need to get a lot more crystals. Well, it's not hard to do, so I'm going to learn that. But I'm also going to, without the foundations, have to use the fence foundation. The wood one should be alright for now. And another level. If I can get more crafting in, I will definitely get level very soon. So what do I need? I definitely want to do some more building, but for that I'm really lacking the stone. And also the buff is almost gone. So soon I will have to stop the crafting. $45. Here I still have quite a lot. Well, I think that making the narcotics is quite inexpensive, as you can get the materials very easily. And it nets quite a lot XP. Well, in the next episode I'm definitely going to utilize that rest of the XP boost to get a couple more levels, and then go and tame second Rex. Hopefully it will be level 100 or close. And with them I'm going to go into the desert biome near the Red Obelisk. Hopefully I will survive the trip through the wastelands and look to tame the Doedicurus. They are just as awesome for mining stone as the Castroides is for wood, or Ankylo for the metal. So, I would say that's it for this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. Feel free to leave a comment or a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, so you don't miss out on more fun videos from us. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.